So I was crying like a baby this morning, blubbering, and I was not alone.
Oh, great.
Were you in the theater, sort of seeing how we were all?
I saw the premiere yesterday, and this morning I arrived for the Q&A and stood at the exit as everybody filed past me, crying and thanking me and saying how wonderful this is, incredible. I really feel like we've got the Hope Diamond in our pocket.
You know, it's one of those things. I was talking to the director. It's one of those things where it seems like everybody did everything right.
Yeah, it came together so fast. The fact that we finished shooting on September 29th, it's a completely done film.
He said it was the easiest edit he ever had.
Beautifully shot, and I mean, you could feel it in the audience last night, and that was a big, big audience. Such silence, such wonderful laughs, unexpected, warm laughs, and you just saw people connecting with all the characters. You sensed it.
That very first scene, I wanted to ask you, you're coming out of the shower, and we're figuring out what it is, that it's your wedding day.
Yeah.
And you had an expression on your face that was almost a sad expression. Do you remember what you were doing
Can I
there?
possibly tell you something off the record?
Not on this camera.
No.
That's the problem.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Why the hell, why shouldn't I tell you? They borrowed that scene from later in the film. You remember when I walked into Kate's bedroom and she was on the phone with Poughkeepsie, and I'd just gotten out of the shower, and I was so moved because of the misunderstanding with Vlad. That's when I took that shower.
Very
I decided,
interesting.
no, he should take a shower. So it's amazing that you caught that.
Well, I was going, it's his wedding day, why is he so sad? But you were anxious.
I'm not responsible.
You're anxious. No, it worked.
It does work.
It
because
worked.
There is great anxiety, and I think there's a duality to everything. In this film. All the things that make them happy lead to terrible anxiety, and vice versa. And terrible anxieties give way to great feelings of relief and contentment.
Well, one of the things I love about this movie is that coming to Sundance all these many years, there's so many coming-of-age movies, young love movies. What a refreshing thing to have an adult, older romance at a different stage of romance.
It hadn't occurred to me till this very second, but I was quickly riffing through my mind, what are the movies about an old couple? And the only one I can think of at this second is Amour last year.
Which also touched people.
And do you remember how surprising that was last year? That film? Because of its subject matter. It's like, you see a film like this and you think, wait a minute. I've never seen characters like this. I've never seen a relationship like this.
And it isn't as much about two gay men as it is, and that political subtext is very important to the plot, very important to the movie. But I think what touches people so much is their love for each other.
As I tell people, the star of this film is a marriage, and it's played by two people. You know.
And you've been married a long time.
I've been married 32 years, and Fred's been married 30 years. For both of us, our marriages were our main reference points. The irritability, the familiarity that begets impatience, all those things, that's marriage. The good news is that both Fred and I have survived all those turbulent waters.
Better than some of us.
And, a loving, reliable, and others' health. That's what, I mean, maybe that has something to do with the ease of this two-person.
Well, there's at the very beginning of the movie, when you do get married, there's this look that the two of you exchange. And I started crying again. It was like,
in spite
you
of
had
myself.
to get a love. but so you talked about at the press conference a little bit about how you've known Fred and Melina for a very long time. but that you got to know him in a different way on this film, and what that was like. You, you, you said something this morning about how that relationship changed.
I don't remember what I said, but I mean, basically, Fred and I, if you put together all the hours we'd spent together before we started working on this film, it was probably only about 4 or 5 hours in the course of 20 years. We had never worked together, and the only things that had brought us together were mutual friends. There was this very sad event, which was really the beginning of our friendship. This marvelous actress, Eileen Getz, who died far too young of brain cancer. We both spent hours in the hospital just hanging out. A couple of us, John Slatter, who was another one, very devoted to Eileen. Patty Clarkson, we were all there. And that's when I got a sense of what a good person Fred was. He was a big, big part. Everybody just loves this man. But not until I worked with him did I discover, wow, he's hilariously funny. Such a wit and such a bold sense of absurdity. And just the affection and the relief that I could play this part with somebody I felt so unselfconscious and comfortable with. I mean, Fred and I, in another interview this morning together, we said, wait a minute, we couldn't think of anyone that we felt we could have played these roles with. I can't think of anybody but Fred that I would feel that comfortable and unselfconscious with.
What you said this morning was that you felt like you were falling in love with him. What we were seeing on the film was you falling in love with him.
That's right.
Or were you falling in love with each other?
Yeah.
Falling in love.
I mean, an actor falls in love with the people he works with all the time. I mean, it's such at the best of times, it's something that opens you up to an audience, opens you up to the people you're acting with. It's a very joyful and cathartic thing. That's why, I mean, if you happen to be heterosexual, you end up having affairs with actresses. In my youth, this happened to me far too often. You're just wide open. You allow your feelings to, you put your feelings to work. And feelings are not mechanical. They go in all directions. In the case of Fred, he just became like my best friend through this film. And both of us have this feeling that this may just be the best work we've ever done on film. This may be the best movie we've ever made. Both of us.
Now you fooled around in the whole area of sexual identity a bit before with Roberta Muldoon.
Oh yes. No, I've played, and so has Fred. I've even played gay identical twins.
When was that?
A remarkable television film called My Brother's Keeper from the early 90s, back when they used to make really good network TV movies. Glenn Jordan directed this terrific film based on real life about identical twins, both gay, both school teachers in the same school, one of whom had contracted AIDS and was dying of it. I played both parts. And I played M. Butterfly. I mean, that movie was a Scheherazade story of sexuality. To me, it's the most fascinating subject because sexuality is at our core, all of us. And the fact that people have different sexual orientation and opinions of other people's sexual orientations, this is so central to all of our beings. It's the most fascinating thing to make drama out of, particularly drama that people can truly relate to. What makes us feel so wonderful about this film is the great service of this film is to strike a blow for acceptance and tolerance and openness, all those good redemptive things that all of us should be happy to have. You know, we're in a moment when things are changing wildly in our perception of sexuality, for the better, in my opinion, and we're being led by the young people. And I just have this feeling that, well, maybe our film can nudge things on a few strides toward acceptance.
Let it be so.
Yeah.
Thank you.